Welcome back to the Basin Burnouts YouTube channel. Okay, so much has happened since my last video, and I'm gonna try to break this down for you guys. There's a lot we have to go over, so this video is going to be kind of long, a lot of me talking, and a lot of like just BS. So let's see what we got here. Did I bring it in there? I must have brought it in the garage. Okay. So the truck, if you can see, is still loaded down from SLAMOLOGY. Most important news. I now have an affiliate code through Sky High Car Audio. If you use affiliate code Mullen, use it as your discount code when you go to checkout, MULLIN, you'll get 7.5% off at Sky High Car Audio. So anything that I make through the affiliate code goes straight to the Basin Burnouts YouTube channel, and that will help. That'll help. Any little thing helps right now. So because we got a lot going on. So let me start out by, first of all, we had some like tornado weather here again. So when I got the car unloaded over the weekend for SLAMOLOGY, I put it away. I didn't touch it for a couple days, and then all of a sudden we had like tornado weather, so I haven't touched it since then because of the tornado stuff. So there's a lot going on. But we're gonna do an after. We're gonna see how bad the car is, what kind of shape it's in, what happened. We're gonna go from there. So let's start with the car. First of all, the car ran all freaking weekend. I started it up on Friday, let it run a little bit. When I got there, I dropped the car off early. It ran the whole entire time. Never had a single problem with it running, which was wild to me because this car had not run in, years. Like, I started up and drove it around the garage to here, and that's it. That's the only time I ran it. The rest of the time, it sat in the field. And I didn't change the plugs in it. I didn't change the plug wires. I didn't change the carburetor. I put a radiator in this car. I put a gas tank in this car. And it ran the whole entire time. It ran all weekend. It ran so long, it ran itself out of gas at the show. So, mental note, bring a gas can next time. Because I pulled it right up in front of the Sky High booth and it ran out of gas. I was like, son of a bitch, man. The worst absolute time for it to do it. But yeah. Now it smells just like voice coil in here. But as you see, everything's still in here. I did rip the carpet off the wall here. God, these things are still kind of, they're breaking in a little bit though. They all feel good. I did rip the carpet off the wall because it was flapping in the wind, so we're going to replace that. But I think I'm also going to take this brace off here, and we're going to open this up a little bit. We're going to let it eat some more. Now, my biggest thing that happened over the weekend was I blew the freaking windshield out of this car. I don't know if you guys can see this. The only thing holding it in right now is the tape. So I was giving Andy McGill. You guys know Andy from Kicker, Cookie Monster, all that stuff. He was going to be the last demo of the day because my battery bank, we're going to have to talk about the battery bank. I found a good song. The hardest part I found out demoing like this was I didn't finding a good song. And what I don't like about the thumb drives that you get from like, DJ Dirty Bass and all that stuff, there's no playlist, and there's like 1,000 songs on there. So once you find a good song, you're stuck with it. And then if you shut it off and turn it back on and you can't find that song again, then you're sitting there for an hour trying to find that song that you have on the, it's a mess. I almost wish they would give us less songs and a playlist. And then just, oh, look, see, here's something else. This door panel, this kind of came off too. Door panels held up fine. Sky High, all the doors themselves held up just fine. Now these were literally flapping in the wind, but I thought that was kind of cool. Everybody thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, you can see. So the one thing, oh, the playlist. Yeah, I kind of wish we had like a little bit better playlist. Now, let's see. I haven't looked at this since I parked the car up here. Getting the car off and on the trailer was a little bit of a challenge, especially with this hitch. I drug that hitch. I'm pointing this right at me, dumbass. I drug this, folded it under, and then pulled it under when this. So I'm gonna take this stuff off because this is just getting in my way of loading and unloading the car. Is everything still okay back here? Yeah. Now, let's plug in the battery bank. Let's see what the BMS is saying. When I left, this was at like 13 volts. What do we got here? 12.65 out of a 16 volt bank. I tell you what, guys, I was railing on this thing, and my issue was charging. Come on, get off there. Hold on. Okay, so I'm gonna plug my charger up in here. No, I don't want to plug my charger up yet. I want to do this when it's back in the garage. So let's do that when it's back in the garage. But I did hot glue the pots so they would not move. Let's see. Do they all look like they... Yeah, they all look like they're good. Okay. Everything held up just fine. Like back here, everything's still solid. Yeah, we're good there. All my connections held up. Everything is solid. I am going to get rid of these because these little pieces of plastic that's underneath them just literally turn to dust. So I'm going to get rid of those, and I don't need them. They were falling down into the amps. They were turning to dust. Charging is my main issue. This car, when I first got there, I was at 16 volts, and then it was about, I would have to charge for about 20 to 30 minutes per demo to get the voltage back up. That's horrible. I mean, so if I got two people that crawled in the car, that was an hour of charging before I went from 16 volts, I was demoing at 16 volts, down to 15 volts, down to 14 volts, down to 13 volts. And you see now it's at 12.6. So we're gonna have to work on the charging in this car. I don't know what, I had the idle turned way up. I probably had the idle set at like 2,500 RPM. And the car just ran the whole entire time. If I can get it to charge at a lower RPM, then I won't, like, it never overheated. But at one time, when the sun was baking right down on it, it started to get a little high. It got up to 210. Look, there's the trim that it blew off the car. Yeah, see, my issue is this pulley right here. These two are, this is for the power steering pump, this is for the car itself, and this is for the bank. If you notice, the smaller part of the pulley runs this, so it's almost, it's not a one-to-one, but this needs to be the same size as this. They do make a pulley, triple groove pulley, with this bigger pulley groove, but I have to get it, and I think that's going to help, but I don't know if that's going to solve my issue. One 250 amp alternator, trying to charge 160 amp hours of skib. I'm old school, guys. I'm new to the battery stuff. I kind of thought, you know, with that big a battery, that would be enough, but it just showed me that charging that big a battery. It's like filling a swimming pool with a garden hose. It will eventually do it, but it takes hours and hours and hours to do that. So we are going to have to figure that out, because I wanted to give more demos, but I had to turn 10 or 12 people away because I'm charging. And I hated that. I am so sorry if you came by and wanted to get a demo and I was charging, because that was the worst thing. I built this car for people to enjoy, and I couldn't let everybody enjoy it. Performance wise, I'm going to tell you guys right now, I'm not going to bullshit you. I was stupidly impressed with the Trinity subs. I've had a lot of subwoofers over the years. There's not very many subwoofers that I'm like, you know, I don't expect a lot out of them, because I kind of know I've been around for, you know, 30 plus years in car audio. But I will tell you right now, there's two subwoofers lately that I have been stupidly impressed with, that I've owned. I'm not saying there's other ones out there that I haven't. As soon as I own them and I play with them, I'll tell you. But the two I've been stupidly impressed with a lot lately has been the Trinity subs now, because I railed on those all weekend and they never got above 175, 176 degrees on 8Ks. They are on freaking 8Ks and they never got above 176 degrees. I think was the hottest I've seen a voice coil. Is the Trinity subs and the Sparked Innovation subs. The Sparked Innovation subs are the quietest subs I've ever had. Like, mechanically, they're like a fucking ghost. They just, you see them move, your eyeballs are watching them move, and you're not hearing any sound coming out of them, which I think is freaking amazing. But the Trinities, man, the Trinities were just eating it all weekend. I was kind of thinking, like, you know, I've heard a lot of 418 systems. That's kind of a halfway normal, you know, setup, 418s. I would say mine was probably top 10 that I've heard. I'm not gonna say top 5 because it was my first outing, but I'm gonna say probably top 10 of the 418 systems I've heard. And I'm not tooting my own horn, because I feel like there is a lot more. Oh, look, I just found this laying on the floor. Son of a bitch. I kind of feel like there's a lot more in the car, because I haven't tuned it. I haven't tuned the wall. I was, you know, for a car to blow the windshield out, not shatter it, but to physically blow the, let's see, 83, the 43-year-old, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah, the 40 whatever year old windshield out of the car that's been in there. And that's not crappy glue. That is, it blew the original seal out, it blew everything out, and it just ate it out of the window. It popped it out on 13 volts. That wasn't even a 16 volt. When I was railing on it for Andy, that was 13 volts. And you can tell a massive difference between a 13 volt demo and a 16 volt demo. And the reason I say that's because back in the day, I used to rail on cars and get that single 9 volt, 10 volt. You know, back in the day, we didn't, you know, we had 12 volt systems. So you were lucky to see 13. And when you seen 14, you were like, oh my God. But I'd see 9 and 10 sometimes. So I'm old school. For me to see that out of a bank wouldn't surprise me, but you're not supposed to on a 16 volt system, right? But anyway, I was very, very impressed with the Trinity subs. I'm gonna say, if you can get them, if you're worried about them thinking that they're gonna be more of a budget friendly, they're not cheap. They're not cheap, guys. You know, a set of Trinity 18s will cost you almost $2,000. But let me tell you what, though, if you want something a little different, that's not Sundown or, you know, some if you want something that's, you know, you got a little bit of money, you won't be disappointed with them. I can tell you that right now. I was very impressed with them, and I'd buy them again. Now, so what are we gonna do? We need to figure out charging. That's the biggest thing. Charging, getting more demos out of those things, that's gonna be the biggest thing. Charging, fixing the windshield, making sure I don't run out of gas this next time. Also, the where you sit in the car, the concrete dust was blowing out from underneath the, it looked like this car was smoking, but it wasn't. It was concrete dust in the car that was getting sucked out from underneath the seat and spit out into the car. And it was blowing all over the car. It looked like smoke, but it was just concrete dust. So apologize to anybody that thought it was smoke, but it was concrete dust. So I gotta fix that. I gotta seal up around the bottom of that seat better, and go from there. Also, we need more mids and highs. The door speakers are loud, but once the bass hit, really can't hear them too well. So I picked up, while I was at the show, picked up another set of 3.5s. These are going to go in the corners of the dash. These are going to go in the corners of the dash where the factory speakers are. We're going to put those in there, and then I'm going to put the BMR in the center of the dash. We're going to put this sucker in the center. And then we're going to run, I think we're going to run that Pioneer amp right there. It's an old school amp. It's an old school build. I think we're going to run that. And we're going to, for now, I think that'd be enough. So version 2, better charging, more dash speakers, fix all the little bullshit stuff with the concrete and the concrete, the windshield, stuff like that. And then we are going to, that'll be kind of version 2. That'll be what I upgrade. Now, what I really have to talk to you guys about, and it's kind of bad news, but got to get it done. I will be having open heart surgery in the next 3 weeks. So I had a heart attack in April, and they told me I had some blockages and a valve problem. So July 8th at 5:30 in the morning, I gotta be in Indianapolis to get my valve replaced. So we're gonna have people here at the house. We're gonna have family come over here, take care of the animals. They're gonna stay here. It's not something I'm looking forward to. I don't know who looks forward to having open heart surgery. Nobody does, right? But it's something that I got to get done for my health, for my family. So that's going to put me out of commission for a little while. So the next 3 weeks is going to be me. I have my birthday coming up. We have the fair coming up. I have a brother-in-law's birthday coming up. We're going to do a birthday party. We're just going to do a bunch of random stuff for before the 3 weeks is here. And then I'm going to be out of commission for a little while. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I am going to keep, I think I'm going to try to like vlog while I'm recovering. And that might have me vlogging some car audio stuff. I'm going to try to just basically heal. I'm going to be here at the house for about a month. I want to try to heal, which is going to be a lot of like stupid videos that I'm going to put on my channel, if you guys are okay with that. It's going to be a lot of stupid videos of me hanging out at the house. You know, I can't do much. I'm going to be on a 5-pound kind of weight limit, so I can't really come out to the garage and do a lot of work. I have to, like, you know, take it easy. And I'm going to be doing a lot of walking and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what's going on. Slamology to me was a success. I got to help Andy McGill rebuild his subwoofer, which I know it's something stupid, but it to me it was the best thing about um, people getting together and sharing a passion. We all helped each other. Uh, it's kind of funny. He blew up his subwoofer for another buddy of ours, Scott Dilbick, and then I blew out my windshield for Andy. Just because when your buddy's in there, you gotta go full tilt, right? You gotta give him the beans, man. And shout out the kicker, man. Their subs are awesome. We had his sub tore apart, reconed, back in the car in an hour, and within an hour and a half, he's giving demos again. You cannot. There's not another company out there that has a subwoofer that can do that. You know, you might have spares to put in the car, but this was the actual subwoofer. He actually caught it on fire and melted the voice coil, turned the voice coil into slag. We popped the sucker out, dug all the chunks out, slapped another recone in there, and we were back in business. And he's back to giving demos again. And that to me is flipping awesome. Because let me tell you what, I've thrown away a lot of subwoofers in the past because you couldn't recone them, and back in the day they didn't have recones. So yeah, getting the garage cleaned up. Garage is an absolute mess. I had to shove the truck into the garage because the tornadoes were going to come, and they said 2-inch hail, and my truck barely fit in this garage. I had to take the bumper and smash it into the cabinet. Yes, this is my future ex-wife, Anna Kournikova. Had to smash it. The only thing that's ever great about Russia. There you go. Fuck them. But I love her. Had to smash it into the cabinet to get it in here. And it cleared by that much from the garage door, from all the way over here. The truck did awesome pulling the trailer down there. And I'll be the first to tell you guys, I don't like this trailer. First of all, getting the door open on this trailer, depending on where you park the car, yeah, right here, dragging on the fender. Second of all, the gooseneck right here is way too steep. It needs to be more this way. And also, when I strapped the thing down, my straps, I had to basically bottom the straps out, and then they were barely tight. They were barely, see how I have this ratchet strapped on here? They were barely tight. I really would like to have a longer trailer because I want to take the golf cart with me next time, because Slamology, they put us all the way down at the very end of the track. So it's a 1/4 mile of drag strip and a 1/4 mile of shutdown. So it's a 1/2 mile from the one end of the track to the other. And I had to walk, whenever I needed anything, I had to walk from one end of the track to the other. So that's a mile every single time I wanted to go to the front. The problem was all the action was up front. The action wasn't down at the end of the track. If you walked all the way down to the end of the track, half the people didn't want to be down there, so they would just turn around and get about halfway and turn around and go back to the front. And I don't blame them. And that really kind of, you know, it's not like I could have gave more demos, but more people could have seen the car. Next year, I hope they move that to at least one of the lanes going down the drag strip needs to be VIP parking. And then that way people can still drive down the drag strip, just in one lane. But yeah, I think my car's maybe going to go to one more local show this year, later on in the year, when I don't have my, when my chest is sealed back together and my heart is not fooked up as bad. And then I think we're going to get a lot of versions, a lot of upgrades for over the winter. My plan is to go 2 more Trinity H's and 2 more 8Ks in the back. That is my plan. I would like to finish out the Trinity build. That would be version 2 of this build. And then I'm going to switch over to a different sub. Not because I don't like the Trinities. I love the Trinities. I just want to do something different. So my plan, I will tell you guys this, my plan for version 2 is going to be either 4 of the Kicker XS18s and then a set of amps that I can't talk about right now, or we will do 6 of the Sky High I call them the double X's, the FXXLs, and 2, I'm thinking 2 of the 15Ks. That might be version 2. I'm really jonesing for a Kicker build. I've never had square subs, and that car, I could change. I got to change a lot if I do the Kicker subs, because that means I got to pull the baffle out, and I got to do a different baffle, which is okay with me. That's a lot more work, but then again, you know, whatever. It's you know, it'll give me a chance to do all the upgrades I want to do, and it'll give us a chance to have more content on the channel, and it'll give us a chance to play with something different, you know. So you guys tell me. Give me a comment. What do you want to see next? Do you want to see the 6 Trinity 18s? Do you want to see now version 2? Like I said, it's going to be a little while, but version 2 will be either, you guys pick. How about you guys pick? Let's do that. You guys pick either 4 Kicker XS and a mystery amp, or 6 of the FXXLs and 215Ks. You guys tell me. You guys pick. And we'll go from there. Both going to be an investment. I don't get shit for free, guys. So, you know, Sky High did kind of help me out on this build. I say kind of. They helped me out a lot on this build. This build now. I don't have that kind of connections with Kicker. So that's an investment. And then, you know, 6 F, it doesn't matter how cheap a discount you get, it's still going to be an investment. So yeah, so that's the plan. On top of a heart, having my chest cracked open and my heart worked on, my heart fucked with. So yeah, lots of vlogging coming soon. That's all I got for you right now, guys. Slamology, in my eyes, was a success. The system surprised me. Got to get the charging better. Got little problems I got to solve. Had a great time with everybody. I cannot express how great a time I had. Cornut, John, the other John, Scott, Andy, Justin from DIY Guy. He's always checking on me. Dude's always, you know, hey, how you doing? You know, always checking on me, making sure I'm doing okay, because he knows I have some health problems right now. Just anybody and everybody that I talk to at the show, thank you. You know, I solo these things, so it's kind of hard. I'm unloading the car, I'm setting up, I'm demoing, I'm trying to record, I'm packing everything up, I'm trying to, you know, network with guys, I'm trying to, you know, I do everything myself, so it's very hard for me to do, you know, everything. I didn't even get a whole lot of demos on video because it's kind of hard to demo and record at the same time, and it's just, I just got to make the investment in better camera equipment. I literally use my cell phone for my YouTube channel. Cell phone and a $20 stick you guys are on right now that I've had since, oh God, I don't know, 3 years ago, 4 years ago now. So, all right, I know this is a long one, guys. I love you guys. I will see you guys soon. Love you.